When I cook, I do not hurry, because food made this way responds to time more than it responds to effort. I slow myself first, and I stay with the work, because cooking on the road is not about creating something new each day. It is about keeping something alive so it can continue to feed us without waste. What I make is our caravan, and it begins with what travels well and what keeps without spoiling. I add dried grains first because they take the longest to soften, then lentils, which thicken the food as they break down. If we have onion, I add it early so it dissolves into the broth instead of standing apart. I use fat saved from before, not much, just enough to carry the heat and keep it from burning. Then I add water slowly, watching how it responds, because too much weakens it and too little causes it to catch. I keep the heat low the entire time. I do not let it boil hard because hard boiling breaks it apart before it is ready. I stir once, then I leave it alone, because stirring too often interrupts the thickening. Instead, I listen. I listen for the sound to change as the grains soften, and I watch for the surface to settle instead of moving sharply. There are no measures here because measures do not travel with us. I know what it needs by watching how it moves and by listening to how it sounds against the vessel. If it thickens too quickly, I add water. If it stays thin too long, I wait. Waiting is part of the work. This food takes a long time to become what it needs to be. It cooks while other things are done, while hands rest, while small repairs are made, while the fire is kept steady and small. It does not ask for attention every moment. It asks for patience. It is never fully finished. I always leave a little behind because that is how it continues. What remains carries the flavor forward, and when it begins again, it remembers what came before. That is how it feeds many, not all at once, but over time, without waste and without hurry. This is how I cook when we stay in one place, and this is how the food carries the hours with it, through the day and often into the next.